Now I think it's just been one of those days where we're just watching to see what happens, and hopefully the snow will go away shortly. We want to send things back out to meteorologist Andrew Brightman. It's been a while since we've checked in with him. Andrew is certainly much darker compared to last time we spoke
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah, look
What
at
are
his
you?
head, too.
Yeah, he has a hat now. Thank goodness. I was getting worried about your ears.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. I do like having my flow out and showing off my locks, but yeah, I was getting a little cold out here to keep doing that. Well, it's been an interesting past hour or so. We wanted to come back and talk to you guys maybe about 30 or so minutes earlier. What happened was we got two great gentlemen here. They're Justin and Tyler. They are plowing our parking lot right now. So I got great news for you, Jen and Matt. We're going to be able to get out of here. Unfortunately, no fault of their own. They're just doing their job. They accidentally sort of pulled our power cord out here. So
That's
for about the
all right.
past 10 to 15 minutes, my photographer and I, we were kind of jumping in the bushes and getting to experience all 9-10 inches of snow to find that power outlet. So we're back here with you guys talking about the conditions. It is still coming down. I mean, I wouldn't say it's heavy snow, but there's still a lot of light to moderate snow outside of our Queen CNU studios right now, and it's still very, very dangerous. I still remark at some of the people how fast they're going on 85. You need at least, probably 600-700 feet of stopping distance, even going just 35 miles an hour in some of these conditions. But people, there's some of these trucks that go by, they think because they're a truck that it'll help. There's nothing in the back. It's very, very light. It'll just slide around there. But people are still going. I've seen some cars that have been going close to 60 miles an hour on the roadway. It's absolutely insane to me personally, but sometimes maybe that all-wheel drive can lull you into a false sense of security. Now, I also was doing a little work here in terms of measurements around the Queen CNU studios. Probably roughly, somewhat of a scientific estimate here, about 9 or 10 inches of snow at our Queen CNU studios. Still coming down, and at the pace here, again, it's not quite as heavy, but it's still visibility here at our Queen CNU studio is still under a mile outside of West Charlotte near Belmont here. Still coming down. I wouldn't be shocked if we still pick up another inch or maybe inch and a half, 1 to 2 inches by the time it's all said and done. On top of what we have already seen, this has truly been an historic snowstorm. Chief Meteorologist Tara Lane was talking about some of the places, especially as you get up towards Rowan County, Cabarrus County. They've picked up 12 inches and counting. I mean, at this point now, I wouldn't be shocked if the golden shovel winner is going to go to someone who picks up 15 inches of snow, just the way the reports have been going here across the Central Carolinas. The jackpot area this time around was the Piedmont here and around Charlotte. This is going to be some of the highest snow totals that we see. The rip-off zone, unfortunately, for the snow lovers in Raleigh is really Raleigh. Now, they got this, as Tara was talking about, the snow's moving in there now, but they're not going to pick up nearly what was thought possible a little bit earlier on in the week. That's some of the intricacies of forecasting and dealing with a storm like this. So basically, we are kind of, their loss is our gain in a sense of some of the snow that we've seen with this system. But nonetheless, it is very cold. That's why you see my hat on now. And I've been doing some measuring and seeing those at least 9 to 10 inches. Wouldn't be shocked again for close to a foot. I don't think we'll quite get there here at our studio, but definitely flirting with the 12-inch mark outside of Belmont here, a little bit between Belmont and West Charlotte at our Queen CNU studios. And we're dealing with the cold temperatures. I mean, before he came to me, I was sort of, playing with my breath here outside. That's how cold it is. Almost feels like you're in a meat locker outside with the temperatures down in the upper teens. You've got the wind chill. It feels like it's 5, but I just look at the beautiful plow in our parking lot removing the snow, and it just warms me from inside. Jen and Matt know we're going to have a much easier time. It's still going to be a treacherous drive, as I've said now for the third or fourth time I've lost count. If you do not have all-wheel drive, you will not get where you're trying to go. We're going to keep emphasizing that. I have an SUV with all-wheel drive. My wife's let me borrow her car, and that's one of the reasons why I'd even attempt driving here and then going home, because with an SUV with all-wheel drive, it makes it much more doable. It's still dangerous to be out on the roadways. There's no two F-ins about it here. It is dangerous to be out on these roadways right now. And if you're on the highway, if you do have to travel, I mean, think about giving yourself I'd say 500 to 600 feet between you and the car in front of you. If something goes wrong, you can't just slam on the brakes like you usually do here on just a normal blacktop highway here. You got to give yourself a little time to slip and slide as well if you got to hit the brakes. So I just, one things we've been talking about here, and still see it behind me, people are still following maybe a little bit too close to each other on I-85. Thankfully, we're not seeing a ton of cars. There still is a little bit of traffic, especially northbound right now in 85. Definitely seeing more cars than going southbound currently. Leaving Charlotte and heading into South Carolina, but it's just or into the western part of the state. Just dealing with the incredible the snow, just the fluffiness of it. There's the pure powder nature. You can just blow it off your car. I've been seeing some people actually using a leaf blower to get the snow off of their vehicle, and it will be beautiful tomorrow morning, because by the time you wake up tomorrow, not only will the snow be gone, we'll see the sun come out. You'll just see kind of those ice crystals just glistening early in the morning again. You can tell I love snow. It's going to look beautiful out there. And then we'll get some compaction. So probably we're around 10, looking basically right now, widespread 8 to 12 inches, probably compact down to 5 by the end of the day tomorrow. But definitely not going anywhere. And it's definitely going to be an interesting dig-out process here across the Central Carolinas. It's something we haven't seen now. We've been talking about it in over 20 years. You've got to go back to 2004, and it's getting to the point where some places might even be surpassing what they saw during that 2004 storm in February here. Definitely, especially as you get north of here towards Huntersville, Cabarrus County, Rowan County, definitely getting close to even some of those totals that they saw back in that true storm of record here back in the end of February of 2004.
We will all be very interested to see what those final measurement totals are. Andrew, you mentioned something I think was very interesting, was that our friends and neighbors in the Triad in the Raleigh area will not be seeing as much snow as we've seen here in the Queen City. It kind of explain that once again. I know they're a bit jealous, I can imagine, but they're not going to see what we're seeing.
The weather nerds, which I am one of them, and I call them the snow geese. They love snow. They love winter weather. Again, this is it can be beautiful to look at, but they really wanted snow. Now, the fascinating thing with this storm is, unlike what we saw last week, where you could see all of this moisture moving on in. You had the storm develop out in Texas. You had all this moisture pushing towards the eastern third of the country. There was no question about the amount of moisture and precipitation moving in. It was just a question of how much cold air, sleet, freezing rain, that jazz that we talked about last week. Because that was a storm that developed in the southern branch of the jet stream. But this particular storm, this is what we call an Arctic wave. There was a piece of energy coming down from the Arctic. It's why it's so cold, why it's 18 degrees right now in Charlotte and snowing. We had this Arctic air coming down from northwestern Canada, and as it hit part of the jet stream, and we saw the phasing together in this explosive coastal low. What happens is it still needs to has to create its own moisture. You didn't see, Thursday and yesterday, this big shield of rain, sleet, and snow moving towards the Carolinas. A lot of the dynamics involved here, a lot of upward motion generating this snow. So you had a big upper level low coming on down, paired up with the coastal low that Tara's been highlighting off the Carolina coast. For us here in the Central Carolinas, the western part of the state, that upper level low, all that upward motion that we saw, that is what has created this snow max here, basically centered almost directly over Charlotte. So we were really aided not so much by the coastal low developing, but by the strong upper level low and the way it was oriented. I won't geek out too much and bore you guys too much, but the way it helped create a lot of upward motion, and these snow bands developing right over Charlotte and sort of pivoting around us as well as it starts to feel the influence of the coastal low. Now, obviously, along the coast, as you get towards Greenville, they're getting crushed with very heavy snow right now. That's obviously the coastal low that's exploding in intensity right now. But between the two, there's a gap, and there's been a lot of dry air in the mid-levels of the atmosphere near the Raleigh-Durham area, and that's one of the reasons why they haven't seen as much snow. Now, there's the potential where the coastal low would get strong enough, would push maybe more snow into Raleigh. That's why they were still expecting a significant snowstorm there as well until relatively recently. But there was always a concern about maybe, some places it's a boom, like what we see here in Charlotte, and then a bust when it comes to these type of Arctic waves developing. And unfortunately for the snow lovers in Raleigh, that's kind of the bust for them. They're still going to pick up some snow. Chief Meteorologist Tara Lane was talking about still going to pick up maybe 2 to 4 inches this evening, but definitely not maybe the 5 to 10, and some indications even earlier the week, maybe close to 10 to 12, that was possible earlier. So that's just, again, this is a difficult science here. We're trying to The atmosphere is a fluid that's 19 miles wide and it goes around the entire Earth. That's a chaotic fluid that we're trying to predict what's going to do next. So that's why sometimes, you hit the atmospheric jackpot if you like this type of thing, or sometimes you get a little bit unlucky, and that's what's going on right now in Raleigh.
Andrew, thank you for explaining the ingredients to this snowstorm
Yes.
casserole. Thank you for that. I really wanted us to touch on that.
And I do have one more quick question for you because I don't know if we've talked about this yet.
Bring it on in.
So we've been in a drought. We haven't talked too much about that. How does this help us with the drought?
I mean, it helps a little bit. I mean, we'll take what precipitation we can get. It was an abnormally dry fall here across the Carolinas. That's really what put us in the drought conditions. But overall, one thing I kept talking about here is how fluffy the snow is. That means it has less water content than if the temperature was warmer. Let's say if it was 30 degrees and we had, let's just call it 10 inches of snow by the time it's all said and done. So 10 inches of snow, if it's 30 degrees, has probably about an inch of liquid. But this is probably maybe about around a half inch or so. So a half inch of precipitation, that's going to help a little bit. But really, when you want to take that sledgehammer, just want to those drought conditions, really need probably about, a solid, 3 inches over a 2-week period of precipitation, or, a really big rainstorm where you could pick up like 2.5 inches. What we saw last week helped. We picked up probably over an inch of precipitation generally from that storm. And then this is helping also, but still need, a little bit more. And, as Tara was talking about, probably got another system on the way here as we get towards the middle part of the week.
So just a little dent
Yeah.
in helping with that.
Yep.
Andrew, thank you so much for your report. We really appreciate you braving the elements out there and just giving us a look at what you're seeing.
And give the guys who are helping.
I'm in my element.
Who are helping shovel and plow our parking lot, please give them our
Justin
greatest
and Tyler.
gratitude.
Yes.
There we go. Thanks,
Thank
Andrew.
you, Andrew.
Queen City News Plus. Just search Queen City News on your smart TV's app store.